Hi everybody! So a few people have asked me to share my morning routine, so I thought I would do two quick videos showing you how I get ready in the morning. The first one's going to be how I do my makeup, and then the other is going to be how I style my hair. So this is actually the finished product, and it's really light, neutral, perfect for just a day going to work. So I try to get ready as quickly as possible in the morning so I can maximize the amount of sleep that I get at night. So full disclosure, not a makeup artist. Far from it. I use a lot with my hands instead of brushes just because I find that it helps me move a little bit quicker, and I like the way my makeup applies with my hands, and it's just easier for me. It's what I'm used to. So I'm going to link everything that I use down below, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And that's it. So let's get started. So before I start applying my makeup, I like to cleanse my face. So I start using these collagen wipes that I got at TJ Maxx, or you can order them on Amazon. And I think these really help remove any excess product, like the face masks I put on at night. Then, just to ensure that I get rid of all the excess dirt that may be on my face, I use this cleansing oil from Too Cool for School, and I just saturate a cotton pad with the product and lightly wipe around my face to remove any excess dirt that may have been left over from the face wipe. After that, I use a daytime serum, and this one is from Drunk Elephant, which is one of my absolute favorite brands right now. And this actually has vitamin C in it, which has really helped brighten up and smooth out my complexion. And I apply it just like I would moisturizer all around my face and rub it in. After the serum, I apply this hydration gel, which is also from Drunk Elephant, all over my face. And I really like it because it's a very light moisturizer that keeps my skin hydrated all day without making me oily or greasy. And I enjoy using it during the week instead of a heavy primer that will clog my pores. Next, I'm going to use this color correcting palette from Stila. I love it because there's so many different options, and I use this light peach color under my eyes to cover any dark circles that I might have from the lack of sleep that I get every night. If you have a darker complexion, use this orange color. It'll really help cover those circles. Lastly, I just use this lightest color to highlight the tops of my cheekbones. I really love the color correcting palette. It's great for covering blemishes and redness too. Next, I'm going to apply my foundation, which is the YSL Touche, and it's my absolute favorite. I'm just going to pump out one pump and put it between my fingers and dot around my face. Then I just continue to rub in, just like I would a moisturizer, all around my face and rubbing it in until I get a smooth application. It's really easy. A lot of people see me do this and they think I'm absolutely nuts, but it's actually one of my favorite ways to apply foundation. It's so even after I apply it with my fingertips, and it just looks so smooth. After that, I'm going to use this Urban Decay eye primer before I apply my eyeshadow. I've been using this stuff for the last, I don't know, almost decade. I've tried others and none of them come close to how well this stuff works for me. I like this one because it gives me a little bit of a base that just makes the pigment pop in my eyeshadows a little bit more. Next, I'm going to use this new eyeshadow I got from Milk, and I'm sorry I'm holding it upside down, but you just push out a little tiny bit of product. That's really all you need for both eyelids. And again, I'm just applying with my finger and rubbing it across both of my eyelids, and just ensuring that I get all the way into the creases and evenly distributing it across both of my eyes. This is such a pretty neutral shade. I love it. Then I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of eyeliner. I like this one from Makeup Forever. It's one of my favorite brands. It literally doesn't smudge like all day. And I don't put it on my bottom lashes. I just put it on the top to define it. And I don't always do this every single day either. This is just if I have a couple extra minutes to spare if I really want to make my eyes pop that day. Next, I'm going to do some contouring using this Hourglass palette. And to do my contour, I use these two colors of bronzer. I kind of pat my contouring brush across both colors, suck my cheeks in, and just apply liberally right underneath my cheekbones. And then I use the tip of the brush on the lightest highlighting shade and go right at the very top of my cheekbones underneath my eyes. And that's all for my contouring. I'm not a crazy contouring person like a lot of other girls are. And then obviously I can't find my NARS setting powder, but there, I found it. And I use this one, which is just the lightest shade. I like having just a bit of pigment in it, and I use this really big fluffy brush, tap off some excess, and really just poof it around my face to just blend in that harsh line that I just made on my face from the bronzer that I applied. And I just keep doing it until it all blends in and I start getting a really smooth finish. I got this brush at TJ Maxx a couple weeks ago. It's nothing fancy, but it's super soft and really gives me a nice finish from the foundation that I'm applying. I'll definitely try to look it up for you guys, and if I can't find it, I will link the most similar one I can find down below. So after I finish applying my powder, to define my eyebrows, I actually just used this mousse product that looks like a mascara wand. It's called Blink. I found it a couple months ago and I absolutely love it. It's like the fastest way I can possibly do my eyebrows. I love it because it adds just a bit of color and shape to my eyebrows without making them look too overdone for daytime or the workplace. So I just use this little applicator, which is just like a mascara wand, and I keep going over until I get the coverage that I want. And that's it. And then the next step is using a setting spray. This one is from Tarte, and it's one of my current favorites. And I spray it all over my face, almost to the point where it feels like it's about to start dripping off. And I learned this trick to blast air on your face until it dries instead of waiting for it to air dry. I've been using this technique for the last couple of weeks and it's absolutely amazing. It gives you the most flawless airbrush looking finish. So thank you to the lady at Sephora who told me about it. The next step is to put on some blush, and I do this after I put on my finishing powder just because I really like a glowy look. And I use one of the NARS multiples with my beauty blender and this rose gold elixir farsali oil. So I actually take the farsali oil and put a drop of it directly onto my NARS multiple stick, and then I take my beauty blender and just dab it on the top till I get enough product on it, and dab it on each cheek until I like the amount of color that I have on each cheek. I really like doing this because it gives me like a glowy finish and helps my complexion not look so dull, which I find is the case if I just put powder everywhere and then use powdered blush too. So that's my latest favorite for blush. Next, I'm going to use the YSL Touche Éclat, which I use just to accentuate certain areas of my face. So you just click it a couple times and the product will start coming out. And I use it just in very specific areas, like my smile lines that just highlight my face a little bit more when I smile, and then up around my upper eye area as well, and around the nose just to cover up any redness. It kind of works as a concealer, but I don't use it as a concealer like some people do. And then again, I just kind of rub it into my face using my fingertips. And then once it's all blended, you're done. And now I'm going to apply some mascara. I use two different kinds, one for my top lashes. This is my current favorite, which I'll link below. I definitely have to get this one at Sephora. I haven't found it anywhere else. But I apply a few coats, just alternating between each eye and really getting into the corners. I like a really voluminous look, but not to the point where they look spidery or clumpy. So I try to be really careful there. So I just apply it carefully to the corners and really get in there. And also another thing is I like to apply my mascara after the setting spray, because I found that if I apply my setting spray with mascara on, it starts to burn my eyes and actually doesn't help it last any longer. And here you go. You can see I made a mistake, so I'm just gonna clean up that little bit of mascara with a Q-tip and move on. So what I use on my lower lashes is this Clinique mascara that I found, and it's really long lasting and waterproof but not super hard to remove. I always have trouble with my lower lashes because I find that a lot of it drops off throughout the day and gives me kind of circles underneath my eyes. But with this one, I haven't had any issues like that. So that's about it, and the finishing touch is just adding a tiny bit of lip gloss to give my lips some color. This one is from Buxom, and after that, I'm ready to do my hair.